evening, everyone. I will now ask Ms. Roya Abuzia, Academic Dean at Heritage College, to lead in with the graduates.
Good evening. To the graduates, this is a celebration with family and friends to give closure to your studies at Cégep Heritage College. As you gather with your loved ones, to hug your friends who will be heading further away than you expected, and to thank one more time those teachers and members of the college community that made a difference in your life, do take the time to soak in the sounds, images, and words of tonight's event. This is your moment. Tonight, you hold something very precious. Celebrate your achievements, your many hours of hard work, and your courage to start and end this academic journey. Be proud of your milestone. It all started with the will to learn. Take on board the importance of learning how to learn. It is so much more than a diploma. We are all here to wish you the very best on your journey to lifelong learning. I'm now going to introduce the platform party. Mr. Maurice Lafleur, Associate Academic Dean. Ms. Deborah Valdez, Director of Student Services. Keynote speaker tonight, Samra Safar. Our Indigenous elder, Jenny Tanasco. Presenting diplomas for First Nation graduates, the Director of Kitigan-Zibi Sector, Anita Tanasco. Presenting diplomas for Cree graduates, Minnie Matouche, representing the Cree School Board. Representing the Heritage College Foundation, Mr. Carl Marcotte. Representing the Heritage Endowment Fund, Mr. Mark Malner. Madame Louise Varagnolo, Vice Chair of the Board of Governors. Mr. Michael Randall, Director General of the college. Presenting the Deanna Wilson Hughes Memorial Award, Professor Denise April. Presenting the Hume Pomeroy Memorial Award, Professor Tony Picard. Presenting the Robert Waddell Memorial Award, his sister Louise Waddell Yelle. Presenting the Richard E. Henderson Memorial Award, his granddaughter, Jenna Seeby. Presenting the James M. Graham Memorial Award, his wife, Patricia Graham. Presenting the Accounting and Management Technology Entrepreneurship Award, Mr. Tony Guarna. Presenting the Kim Tizik Development Fund Memorial Award, her sister Leanne Tizik. Presenting the Imprimerie Photocopie Grégoire English Achievement Award, Mr. Eric Mathieu. In the second row are the Heritage College Academic Department Coordinators and Program Coordinators. Professor Amanda Tripp, Liberal Arts. Professor Boris-Antoine Legault, Science. Professor Mandana Armour, Social Science. Professor Dan Daminato, Social Science Commerce Profile and Accounting and Management Technology. Professor Yvonne Wiegers, Visual Arts. Professor Sandra Stark, Computer Science. Professor Eileen Rose, Early Childhood Care and Education. Professor Mark Fricker, Electronic and Information Technology. Professor Michel Bourgeois, Hotel and Restaurant Management. Professor Marc Renaud, New Media and Publication Design. Professor Kathy Dufour, Nursing. Professor Jessica Langston, English. Professor Yaya Manet, Modern Languages. Professor Paul Elliott Magwood, Mathematics. Professor Brendan Myers, Philosophy Humanities. Professor Peter Langlois, Microsoft Network and Security Administrator. Professor Greg Graham, Agriculture Programs. I would like to now introduce our Director General, Michael Randall.
Madame Louise Varignolo, Vice Chair of the Board of Governors, Madame Roya Abouzia, Academic Dean, Program Coordinators, college faculty, honored guests, and especially my warmest greetings to our graduating students and their families. Mesdames et Messieurs, as Director General of Cégep Heritage College, I have the honor to speak to you on behalf of our college administration. This evening, our most recent graduates are celebrating a very important milestone in their lives. In the year 2018, the college is also celebrating a milestone. It's our 30th anniversary. In 1988, the Quebec government granted Cégep Heritage College its charter as an independent, accredited institution, one of 48 in the public college system and one of 5 who are English-speaking. Cependant, l'éducation postsecondaire en anglais dans la région existe depuis 1969, quand le Cégep de Hull a admis 7 étudiants de langue anglaise. Un campus autonome anglophone existe depuis le début des années 70, quand nous nous appelions le pavillon anglophone du Cégep de Hull sur la rue Edé. Later, Campus Heritage, as it was known, moved to a building on Maisonneuve Boulevard. It's important that we remember the contribution of the many individuals who worked long and hard during the early years to build the English-speaking Cégep of the Outaouais, including members of the Graham and Henderson families who are recognized here this evening by Endowment Fund awards. Much has changed since that time. In 1994, we opened our current campus on Cité des Jeunes, which has undergone several expansions. And looking at our growing student population and our growing region, we will probably be expanding again. Let us also not forget our Campbell's Bay campus. For over 20 years, we have been the only post-secondary institution with a presence in the Pontiac, and Cégep Heritage College is committed to serving the community of the Pontiac for years to come. C'est certain que notre collège est ancré dans la communauté anglophone de la région, mais je suis très fier de constater que nous sommes ouverts à toutes et tous, incluant le 25% de la population étudiante qui sont des francophones. At Cégep Heritage College, we celebrate our diversity as well as our common history. We are very fortunate to hold our graduation here in the Great Hall of the Canadian Museum of History, a museum whose mandate is to explore, preserve, and present the history of Canada as well as the experience of human civilization. L'édifice dans lequel nous nous trouvons ce soir est sans doute un des plus symboliques au pays, avec une architecture frappante sur un site magnifique. The museum site contains some of the most magnificent artifacts on display anywhere in the world, artifacts created by generations of our predecessors. Many of these artifacts, in fact, predate Confederation. Les Premières Nations, les gens d'origine française et britannique, et les peuples venant de tous les coins du monde ont bâti le Canada que nous connaissons aujourd'hui et qui est devenu un pays universellement respecté à travers le monde. When I look out into this audience and into the faces of our graduating class of 2018, I can see that Cégep Heritage College is a mirror image of the Canadian experience, an experience that celebrates and draws strength from our diversity. Nous sommes une institution de langue anglaise, mais nous sommes fiers aussi de promouvoir la langue française. Et de plus, we have students as well as staff whose origins come from the four corners of the globe. In addition, Cégep Heritage College proudly recognizes the esteemed affiliation that we have enjoyed with our Indigenous partners since the college first came into being. This partnership has greatly enriched our college experience, and it is a relationship we will continue to nurture well into the future. For example, we have an Indigenous Education Council at the college, a First Nations Gathering Center in our building, and we are currently working to indigenize our college curriculum. What better place to make that assertion than on this stage, surrounded by totem poles and First Nations artifacts, and with the participation of a First Nations elder from Kiriganzibi. This, ladies and gentlemen, are most recent graduates of the college. This is your heritage. This is the legacy on which our college was founded. These are the common values that are the basis of your educational experience at Heritage. As we enter our 30th anniversary year, we can look back with pride at the contribution we've made to the region. Oui, depuis 1988, le Cégep Héritage a dispensé une formation de qualité aux résidents de l'Outaouais. But a diploma from Cégep Heritage College represents much more than passing a series of courses and exams. It's also membership in a unique community that has always prided itself on its respect for human diversity, the promotion of ethical leadership, and the safeguarding of the environment. These values are, in fact, the cornerstone of our college mission statement. But there are other aspects to your heritage educational experience that are equally important. The ability to analyze and adapt to new realities, and the importance of lifelong learning. I'm sure no one in the room would deny that the world has moved into a period of instability and great change in 2018. It's proven to be a year like no other in recent memory. Whether it be unexpected and destructive weather, the divisive political climate south of the border, or the winds of political change that seem to be blowing everywhere, there is no shortage of challenges that need to be addressed. Chers gradués, earlier I spoke of your membership in our rich and diverse community. But membership in the heritage community does not end there. To whom much is given, much is expected. As graduates of the college, we expect you to take a leadership role in society, to live by the shared values that are expressed in our college mission, and to use the talents that you have developed to make Canada and the world a better place. It takes a village to educate a child, just as it takes a community to educate a citizen. During this evening's ceremony, you will see many examples of the diversity and richness of our community. And that's what this graduation ceremony is, a celebration of who we are as a community and a celebration of your success and your membership within that same community. On behalf of the administration of Cégep Heritage College, I would like to extend to you our heartfelt congratulations. We are extremely proud of you, as I am sure are your families and friends. All of you have worked hard and have made personal sacrifices that have led you to your walk across the stage this evening. It's a celebration of academic achievement and of education, your education, which will last you a lifetime. En terminant, j'aimerais vous remercier d'avoir choisi le Cégep Héritage pour vos études. On behalf of the staff and administration of the college, it has been our privilege to be entrusted with your post-secondary education. Mesdames et messieurs, joignez-vous à moi pour féliciter tous nos finissants et finissantes de 2010-18. Bonne célébration et bonne réussite à vous tous. Thank you for celebrating with us this evening. Congratulations, graduates, and enjoy the ceremony. Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to introduce to you our keynote speaker. Samra Zafar is an award-winning international speaker, community leader, scholar, author, and entrepreneur. After escaping a decade of abuse as a child bride in a forced marriage in Canada, Samra pursued her education while working multiple jobs and raising her 2 daughters as a single parent. She became the top graduate at the University of Toronto, winning several prestigious awards and scholarships. She now serves as the youngest alumni governor for the University of Toronto while pursuing a rewarding career in commercial banking at the Royal Bank of Canada. Samra speaks on a wide variety of topics, including authentic leadership, resilience, women empowerment, diversity and inclusion, gender inequality and violence, youth empowerment, and mental health. Her speaking portfolio includes 2 TED Talks, Amnesty International, We Day, Women's Business Network, and many major corporations, associations, and nonprofits across North America and beyond. Samra has been a guest lecturer in many major universities, including Yale Law School, and is the official national spokesperson for Canada-Pakistan Affiliated Chamber of Trade. Samra is frequently featured in many major national and international media, impacting tens of millions of people worldwide. Samra's book, being published by HarperCollins, arrives in bookstores across Canada in March 2019, and international rights are currently being sold. Please welcome our distinguished guest tonight.
Good evening, everyone. It is an absolute delight and honor to be here. As I saw everybody walking across the stage, I just could not feel more proud and happy for each and every one of you because you are truly our future leaders. I'd like to share my own story of education and coming from oppression to empowerment. But before that, I want to talk about what exactly does adversity give to us? When you think of life and you think of weather, I compare the two. When you think of weather, you have sunny days, you have rainy days, you have hot days, you have cold days. There are really no good or bad days, right? It's like each one of those days has their advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons. And life is quite the same way. Circumstances are not in our control, but our actions and our reactions are. And we do have the power to take the worst of circumstances and turn them into something beautiful and gloriously positive for ourselves and for others. I didn't always used to think this way. In fact, I spent many years lamenting my circumstances, feeling sorry for myself, and thinking that my life is never going to get any better. I grew up in a small town in Abu Dhabi. That's very close to Dubai. A lot of people know Dubai more than they know Abu Dhabi. I was in grade 11 doing my math homework when one day my mother walked into my room and said, "Samra, you have a marriage proposal, and in a few months, you're going to be getting married." I was 16 years old. I did not have a choice in the matter, and I lost my voice. I never really wanted that for myself. I had big dreams. I wanted to go to school. I wanted to become a professor. I wanted to make a difference in the world. And I thought that maybe getting married to a man 11 years older than me, moving to a country called Canada, is not such a bad thing if I can go back to school, or if I can go to school. A few months later, I found myself sitting in a big, grand banquet hall, decked up in red and gold, beside a man who is 11 years older and who is now my husband, and that was the first time that I'd ever met him. A year after that, I arrived in this country as his wife. A few months later, I became a mother. And my dreams were taken away from me. I was told that going to school is too selfish and inappropriate because now I was someone's wife, I was someone's mother, and I was a daughter-in-law, and my job as a girl was to stay home and be a good wife, stay quiet, and forego my dreams. I tried to do that for many, many years. I tried to fit into a box, give up bits and pieces of myself, thought to myself that maybe if I stay quiet, if I don't speak too much, if I don't have opinions, if I don't express my opinions, things will get better. I tried to shut that voice in my head that kept saying, I want to go to school. I want to get an education. I want to realize my potential. But that voice didn't go away. That fire kept burning. And even while I was humiliated and insulted, every single day, I would do my chores during the day, I would take care of my kids, and then at night, I would go into my room, take out my calculus books, and do math questions and feel like I'm on top of the world. Yeah, I'm a total nerd, admittedly. And that was my escape time. That was like my me time. And one after the other, I finished my high school courses at home, and then I applied to university. I got in, and I was told there was no useless money to waste on my education. So I should just let go of the idea. I wasn't allowed to go out and get a job. So I started to babysit and tutor kids at home, because that was something I knew I would be good at. I would give all of my money to my husband and his family, but I would stash away $50, $100 here, $20 there on the side every single month. And after 2 years of doing that, I had enough saved for my first year tuition on a part-time basis. I put my foot down and said, I'm going to school. I was 26 years old at that time, after 10 years of marriage and 2 kids. And I still remember that day very vividly, when I arrived 15 minutes early before my lecture started, Economics 101, and sat in the lecture hall, tears streaming down my face, and just a big goofy smile, and thinking to myself, oh my God, am I actually in school? Is this really happening? And then something really wonderful happened. I was getting treated with respect and kindness. People wanted to hang out with me. They wanted to be my friend. After classes, people would come up and say, hey, you got an A+ on that test? That was such a difficult question. How did you solve that? Like, let's go grab chicken wings at the pub tomorrow. Let's go grab coffee. Let's study together. You want to hang out? And then I would go home, and I would hear words like, you're useless, you're worthless, you're good for nothing. And I had become so used to being treated that way that being now treated with respect and kindness was just so shocking. So in the beginning, I would run away from those people at school. I was like, no, you're gonna find out the real me, the person that's just not worthy of this love and respect, and then you're gonna not talk to me, so no, I'm not gonna talk to you, and I would run away. But those people didn't go away. And I started making friends. And then I would think to myself, like, am I this rock star that everyone at school seems to think I am? Or am I that good-for-nothing creature that I'm being told I am when I go home? So one day, lost in those thoughts, I was walking on campus, going to the bookstore, and I came across a sign which had a bunch of questions on it. It asked, do you feel intimidated? Do you feel like your dreams are not valid? Do you feel like you're always living in fear? Do you feel like you can't be yourself? And I just stood there mesmerized, answering yes to all of those questions. And then it said, come in and make an appointment. We're here to talk. So I go in and make an appointment, and a few days later, I was sitting across from a wonderful woman, kind and compassionate. And she said, tell me what's going on. And it seemed that like the floodgates just opened. And I started saying, can you just tell me what's wrong with me? Why can't I be better? Why can't I be a good wife? Why can't I be a good mother? Why do I get treated this way? Maybe if I, keep the babies quieter at night, or maybe if I don't talk too much, or maybe if I, just be different. What is that secret that keeps eluding me? And if I'm supposed to be treated this way, if this is normal as everybody tells me that it is, then why can't I shut that inner voice that says it's not normal? Why doesn't it feel normal? So she listens to me go on for about an hour, and then she says, Samra, it's not your fault. No matter what you do not deserve to be treated with disrespect. It was the first time I'd heard that. And that changed my world. Over the next 2 years, I learned that what was happening to me was not okay. That I deserved to be respected for who I was and who I am. 2 years later, I took my daughters and I left. I moved to University of Toronto campus housing, picked up a few on-campus jobs, took it one day at a time. Every day I felt like giving up, but I would say, one more step, one more day. There were times when I didn't have money to pay for food. There were times when I didn't have money to pay for rent or someone to watch my children when I had court or when I had class. But every little step, every little problem that came my way, okay, let's find a way over it, under it, or around it. I made friends on campus. I rented out a room in my little campus apartment to a girl who would watch my children when I would go to work. I picked up night shifts at the student center so that I could study there when everything was quiet, and I would go to work after my kids were asleep. I started running a catering business out of my little apartment and selling food on campus to students, because as much as I love U of T, campus food has a lot of limitations. And just one day at a time, one step at a time, one problem at a time, I kept pushing forward. And then eventually, after 2 or 3 years, I achieved more success than I ever could have imagined in my wildest dreams. As I reflect back now and think to myself, what are the big lessons that I have learned in my life, in my journey? And there are a few things that come to my mind. The very first thing is to listen to that inner voice. That inner voice is your beacon. That's your guiding light. All of you have that. We all have that. There will be a lot of noise around you as you move forward in life. I go through that every day. All of us do. There will be people giving you all sorts of advice that will come with their own experiences. But your biggest guiding light and guiding force is your own inner voice. Listen to that gut feeling that tells you your dreams are valid. You have the right to be who you are, freely and unapologetically. Take risks in life. You think of risks and challenges, and you think that maybe I shouldn't do this or I shouldn't do that because it's too difficult, it's too painful. This problem is too unsurmountable. And I've felt that many, many times. But I've also learned that leaning into challenge allows me the opportunity to grow, to push myself out of my comfort zone. to learn new things about myself, to discover new things about this world, to discover solutions to problems and challenges that have not been addressed. We're living in a very fast-paced environment today. There are new challenges, and we all have ideas to contribute. So take those risks. What's the worst can happen? Fail? And that's not such a bad thing, because failure is just a step closer to success. I would not be who I am today if it weren't for all those people who opened doors for me, who shone a light into my darkness, who showed me the epiphany of my own power. And that happened because I asked for connection, and I asked for help. The most essential thing that we all need to heal and succeed from any kind of trauma or adversity is human connection. We're all in this world for love and belonging, to be accepted for who we are. I was listening to this really cool speech by Oprah the other day, and she was saying that there are, she's interviewed thousands and thousands of people, and everyone from Obama to Beyonce to everyone, and she said that every time the camera stops rolling, no matter who it is in front of the camera, would ask the same question. How was I? How did I do? Was I okay? Because ultimately, at our core, we all want to be accepted for who we are. And that's not going to happen unless we learn to accept ourselves. I spent many years running away from what had happened to me. But I learned when I learned to embrace it and have the courage to be authentic in my skin and be vulnerable and show up authentic, it gave the permission to others around me to be authentic. And that allowed for deep connection. That allowed me to make relationships and friendships that are going to last me a lifetime. So lean into that. What's the worst that can happen? Someone can say no. I remember a time when I started university, and my professor, I wanted to ask him one simple question: if we have tutorials after, are the tutorials mandatory or not? And I was shaking because I couldn't go up and ask him this simple question, because I thought, why would this legend of a professor talk to me? And today, he's one of my dearest friends, because I dared to push myself out of my comfort zone. The biggest thing that has helped me in my journey, and that I carry as the core value of everything that I do, is to pay it forward. I can never repay the people who opened those doors, my friends who watched my children when I had to go to class or court, my mentors who helped me make every decision, my professors who wrote scholarship letters for me. I can never repay them. But what I can do is pay it forward. Even the smallest actions on our part can have life-changing impact on someone else. Sometimes we think it's, what can we do? I'm just, I can't do much. What if I say the wrong thing? What if I make it worse? And we hold ourselves back. But when you reach out, and sometimes even just offer a smile and a few kind words and say to somebody, you got this, I believe in you, you can do it, you're not alone. And that is the most priceless gift you can give to someone. I have been on the receiving end of that many, many, many times in my life. And today, everything I do is to pass that on. Last year, I published an article with the Toronto Life magazine, and it got republished in several countries, including Pakistan. And I got an email from a father 3 weeks later, and who wrote to me, I have a 17-year-old daughter, and her wedding is fixed for next month. I just read your story, and I've decided to cancel the wedding and send her to school. And that's just because I dared to speak up. With success comes responsibility. Education is a right. But for many, many people in this world, It's a privilege. It's a dream that has sometimes been taken away from them. It's not fair, but it's the reality. So us, as educated people, all of you, you are going to achieve so much in life, I have no doubt. But always remember to pay it forward. Because when you make a difference in someone else's life and you empower them, that is when you're making a difference to contribute to a better tomorrow. The biggest lesson I've learned in my life is that true empowerment lies in empowering other people. And when we all do that, when we all believe in each other, and when we all share and learn together, we collectively rise. It takes a community to educate someone, to build someone. And I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be standing in front of all of you today, which is, to be honest, extremely humbling. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for all those people who raised me. And you all wouldn't be here if it weren't for all those people who raised you. So remember to do that for others. And be grateful in everything. Even the most difficult challenges we go through teach us something. In fact, those are the ones that teach us the biggest lessons. Because it helps us realize that when the good days come, life is gorgeous. We wouldn't know what happiness is if we don't experience sadness once in a while. And all of that is beautiful. All of that is life, is complete life. Even just waking up in the morning, being able to experience the world, being able to talk to somebody, being able to feel the breeze on your face, the rain on your skin, the grass underneath your feet. That is a gift. Each and every day is a gift. And be grateful for that. And remember always that happiness is a choice. Every single day, every single moment, we make a choice to be happy. You have the choice to come out of any experience in your life and be a better person as opposed to a bitter person. So love yourself first and foremost, and love others around you. And remember that what unites us is far greater and far more powerful than what divides us. And when we operate from that place of humanity and connection, we come together to build a better tomorrow, and in that process, we build a better today and a better now. Congratulations, and I'm so proud of all of you.
Thank you, Samra. We're now going to begin the presentation of the graduates. It is my special honor to affirm that the graduates whose names appear in the program have met the requirements for their respective diplomas or attestations. Each diploma graduate has been recommended by our Board of Governors for the Diploma of Collegial Studies given by the Ministry of Education. I also affirm that each graduate receiving an attestation of collegial studies has met the requirements of their respective program. Students graduating with an overall average between 80 and 89% are graduating with distinction, and those with an overall average of 90% or above are graduating with great distinction. The diplomas and attestations will be presented by the Vice Chair of our Board of Governors, Madame Louise Varagnolo, who will be assisted by Mr. Michael Randall, Director General. Each graduate is asked to sign the Heritage College Book of Honor before leaving the platform. Please hold your applause until the graduates in each program have been presented. I now invite the pre-university programs. The first graduates to be presented will be pre-university programs. I will ask now for liberal arts graduates to come forward. Our graduates in liberal arts are Samuel Bernard, studying at Université de Montréal, film production. Kieran Daub, studying at Carleton University, English. Lara McPherson, studying in Nova Scotia's College of Art and Design University, film. Priscilla J. Ame, liberal arts. Elizabeth Skeen, studying at Concordia, film production. I will now ask the science graduates to come forward, please. Let's applaud our liberal arts graduates one more time. Ahmed El Mawazini, studying at the University of Ottawa, Health Science. Maria Fraser Semenoff, studying at the University of Waterloo, Environmental Engineering. Santina Green Mignaka, studying at Carleton University, Architectural Conservation and Sustainable Engineering. Avery Hagerman, studying at McGill, Environmental Science. Ajar Iraki, studying at McGill, Medicine. Ella Yando Saul, studying at McGill, English. Brandon Lagacé, Ottawa, Mathematics and Computer Science. Ding Ma, studying at McGill, Software Engineering. Distinction. Naomi Miller-Koch, great distinction, studying at McGill University, Microbiology and Immunology. Catherine Mills, studying at McGill, Cognitive Science, distinction. Her diploma will be handed over by a faculty member, her mother, Leslie Elliott. Danica Maisonneuve, Medical Science, University of Ottawa. Georgian Scott Talib, great distinction, studying at McGill Biochemistry. Nadej Urukundo, science, great distinction, studying at the University of Ottawa, mechanical engineering and computer technology. Kohan Siha, great distinction, McGill University, science. Kathleen Young, great distinction, McGill Software Engineering. Latesha Kofi, Cell and Molecular Biology, Concordia. Let's give a round of applause to our science graduates. We will now ask our social science and social science with math graduates to come forward, please. Victoria Carlino, great distinction. She's working as a cadet instructor officer. Noor Hassan, distinction, Carleton University, Human Rights and Transnational Law. Stephanie Kirkham, great distinction, Université de Montréal, Industrial Relations. Matthew Lean, distinction. Kayla Moniz Branco, Carleton University Psychology. Mizuki Murakami Bhutan, great distinction, McGill University in International Development. Zachary Pantaloni, Carleton University Law. Kiana Russo, Ottawa Psychology. Tehan Sarik, Christina Savic, Sociology, Université du Québec en Outaouais. Gabriela Casas, Social Science with Mathematics, great distinction, University of Ottawa Sociology. Justine Kennis, Social Science with Mathematics, great distinction, Carleton University Cognitive Science. Ali Anna Ladouceur Hayes, Social Science with Mathematics, Distinction, Concordia, Psychology. Janice Paul Sebagenzi, Social Science with Mathematics, Great Distinction, University of Ottawa, Civil Law. Madeleine Wadlow, Social Science with Mathematics, Great Distinction, Bishop's University, Psychology. Let's applaud our social science graduates. I will now ask our Commerce Profile Social Science graduates to come forward, please. Okay. All right. I will now ask our Visual Arts graduates to come forward, please. Jennifer Brunet Renteshem. Diploma will be presented, maybe from our Indigenous elder if possible. Visual Arts Distinction, studying at Ottawa, History and Indigenous Studies. Juliette Savard, Distinction Visual Arts, Algonquin College in Animation. Let's applaud our graduates from the Visual Arts program. This concludes the presentation of our pre-university program graduates. We will now ask our General Deck graduates to come forward. Susan Miller, General Deck. Our next presentations are for career program graduates. Among the programs, you will sometimes hear the mention of co-op, or what is known as alternance travail-études. It gives students in a technical program the opportunity to work during the summer and have it recognized as part of the enrichment to their studies. Students who participate in co-ops seek to apply their knowledge and skills in the workplace and to gain experience from the workplace. Students opting for co-op must maintain a high academic average, have successfully completed all program-specific courses, as well as specified general education courses deemed required in order to be successful. The co-op distinction is officially recognized on their transcript after 2 work terms. I will now ask the Accounting and Management Technology graduates and the Computer Science graduates to come forward. Catherine Blais, great distinction, Bishop's University Economics. Caroline Gigon, Accounting Management Technology with Co-op, great distinction, studying at Concordia, Human Resources Management. Lawrence Cater, Co-op, great distinction, the Senate of Canada. Jeffrey Milks, great distinction, working at the federal government. Li Wuyen, Co-op, distinction. Let's applaud our graduates of the Accounting and Management Technology program. Now we have our graduates from the Computer Science. Cody Berube, Computer Science with Co-op, distinction. He's working at Versatterm. Jeremy Clark, Computer Science with Co-op, working in IT. Philippe Dumaresque, Accounting and Management Technology, studying in Computer Science, Concordia University. Andrew Ha, Computer Science with Co-op, distinction, Concordia, Computer Science. Maxwell Haley, Computer Science with Co-op, working for the federal government. Troy McLean, exploring various work opportunities. Isaac Mills, Computer Science with Co-op, studying at Université de Montréal, Mathematics and Computer Science. His diploma will be handed over by a faculty member, Leslie Elliott, his mother. Serey Van Vleck, Computer Science, working in IT. Bray Walker, Computer Science with Co-op, distinction, working at Versatterm. Amir Bastani, Computer Science with Co-op, working for the federal government. Wei Hao Zhu, Computer Science. Let's give a round of applause for our computer science co-op and non-co-op students. Now ask for early childhood care and education and electronics graduates to please come forward. Shelby Lee Aldwinkle, Early Childhood Care and Education, distinction, studying at Carleton University Psychology. Sarah Booth, great distinction, Carleton University, psychology. Annie Boudreau, studying at Ottawa in education. Hannah Chabot, or Chabot, sorry. Chabot, okay. Early childhood care, great distinction, La Petite École Vision as a full-time educator. Shane Endicott Bastien, working as an educator at the Children's Place Daycare. Stacy Hobbs Lavallée, distinction, working at daycare Les Petits Cœurs de Lorraine. Heidi Lafleur, studying at Algonquin College, victimology. Carrie Ann Marchand. Her diploma will be presented by the Director of Kitigan Zibi Education Sector, Anita Tenesco. She's working at Oiseau-Son Daycare. Jasmine Picard, distinction, studying at the University of Ottawa, psychology. Nicholas Boyd, electronics and information technology with co-op, working for the federal government. Joseph L. Nooney, studying at Concordia, mechanical engineering. Jean-Sébastien Piven, electronics and information technology with co-op, great distinction, working for the federal government. I will now ask the audience to give us a round of applause for early childhood care and education and also our electronics and information technology graduates. Now ask our hotel management graduates and also our new media and publication design graduates to please come forward. Corinne Bouchard, distinction, hotel and restaurant management, working at the Casino Lac Limy. Sophie Labien, hotel and restaurant management, distinction, working at a supervisor at Doubletree. Sabrina Ramsey, hotel and restaurant management, distinction, working at the Wakefield Mill Inn and Spa. Samantha Storing, distinction, studying at Carleton University in Global International Affairs. Jacob Nasser Lowe, new media and publication design with co-op, distinction, pursuing industrial design. Nicholas Place, New Media and Publication Design, working for the House of Commons. Applause for our hotel and restaurant management and our New Media and Publication Design graduates. I will now ask the nursing graduates to please come forward. Curlin Agerville-Millian, nursing, working now at the Pierre Janet Hospital. Elena Anjuluta, distinction, working at the Wakefield Hospital and the General Hospital in Ottawa. Willianne Bien-Aimé, studying at McGill, nursing. Christina Campoli, distinction, working at St. Justine Children's Hospital. Urduha Villa Carino, distinction, working at the Canadian Blood Services. Gada Chibani, distinction, working at the General Hospital. India Jen Kinsey Indy, nursing, working at the hospital. Masaki Lombe, University of Quebec and Abitibi-Témiscamingue, nursing and working at the Quebec Hospital on surgery floor. Esnid Jemima Lumene, distinction, working at the Montreal University Hospital Centre while completing her university studies in nursing. Jennifer Baca, distinction, studying at McGill, nursing. Brianna McLean Blake, working at the Queensway Carleton Hospital ICU unit. Suban Omar, working at the Montreal Hospital, orthotrauma. Romy Rosie Claire, working at the Hall Hospital. Also continuing a nursing science bachelor at Université du Québec en Abitibi-Témiscamingue. Christina Cerna, distinction, working at the Ottawa General Hospital Surgery. Shirley Saint-Jour, working at the Wakefield Hospital. Michaela Tevians, nursing distinction, hemodialysis. Emma Thompson, nursing distinction, McGill Nursing. Leola Thornhill, one second, working at the St. Elizabeth Healthcare. Monica Wolf, nursing, ambulatory care. Let's applaud our nursing graduates. Since we're all very excited, one big round of applause for all our graduates at this point. Cégep Heritage College also has a vital continuing education division that offers several programs leading to an attestation of collegial studies, what we understand as an AEC. I will now ask the continuing education graduates to please come forward. Amélie Clément, Bilingual Office Administration, working for the federal government. Ashley Dagenet, Bilingual Office Administration, distinction, working for the federal government. Unita Dwi Yanasari, Bilingual Office Administration. Safia Ibrahim, Bilingual Office Administration, working for the federal government. Lidiane Magno Lustosa, Bilingual Office Administration, distinction, is working. Nawel Neshadi, Bilingual Office Administration, great distinction, working for the federal government. Carmen Peterson, Bilingual Office Administration, great distinction, working for the federal government. Berenice Ramirez Gonzalez, Bilingual Office Administration, working for the federal government. Siham Shubaki, Bilingual Office Administration, studying at the University of Ottawa, teaching English second language. Jessica Siucha, Seminario, Bilingual Office Administration Distinction, working for the federal government. Maria Fe Villaluz Vidish, Bilingual Office Administration, working for the federal government. Lise Paris, Early Childhood Care Education, AEC, working in a daycare center. Cassandra Prou, Early Childhood Care and Education, AEC, distinction, working in a daycare center. Shafak Arzu Sirhandi, Early Childhood Care Education, AEC, great distinction. Chi Chen, Microsoft Network and Security Administration, distinction, studying business intelligence. Patrick Da Costa, Microsoft Network and Security Administrator, working in IT at federal government. Oleg Gusak, Microsoft Network and Security Administrator, great distinction, working at Watermart. Mohammed Iskandarani, Microsoft Network and Security Administrator, great distinction, working at an IT company. Elad Linetsky, Microsoft Network and Security Administrator, great distinction, working at Watermart. Ulian Marianne Stanchu, Microsoft Network and Security Administration distinction, working at Nova Networks. Rachel Saint-Denis, Microsoft Network and Security Administrator, studying at Heritage College, Web and Desktop Programming. Ryan Whipple, Microsoft Network and Security Administrator, great distinction, working for the federal government. Youssef Zanibi, Microsoft Network and Security Administration, great distinction, will be working for the federal government. Olga Zhukova, Microsoft Network and Security Administration distinction, studying at Heritage, Web and Desktop Programming. Holly Allard Carroll, Cattle Production Management, great distinction, starting a farming and horticultural business. Douglas DeConti, the diploma will be presented by the Director of Kitigan-Zibi Education Sector, Anita Tenasco, Cattle Production Management, distinction, owns a dairy sheep farm, and continues to be a firefighter as well. Melanie Fuoco, Cattle Production Management, great distinction, owns a beef farm operation. Jennifer McKeag, Cattle Production Management, distinction, studying at Heritage College, Agri-Tourism. Darlene Robinson, cattle production management distinction, helps run the family farm. Let's give a round of applause to the people who embody lifelong learning, our graduates of the continuing education. So once again, to all our graduates, our sincere congratulations. You've progressed from students to proud graduates, and as of tomorrow, you'll become our heritage alumni. You're already, from what we've mentioned tonight, demonstrated you're contributing citizens and making a difference and sharing your wealth of experience with others. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in a round of applause for the class of 2018. Now we're going to announce the presentation of Academic Achievement Awards. I would like to call upon Professor Amanda Tripp to present the Liberal Arts Award to Samuel Bernard. The liberal arts criteria is for the highest average overall average over 4 semesters with no courses dropped. Congratulations, Samuel. I would now like to call upon Professor Boris Antoine Legault to present the Science Award. It's presented to Ajar Iraqi. The Science Award criteria is a student with the highest overall average registered in a complete full-time program. Congratulations, Ajar. I would now like to call Professor Mandana Armour to present the Social Science General Profile Award. It's given to a student who has attained a high scholastic achievement and contributes to college and or community life. Mizuki Murakami Boutin. Mandana Armour, Professor Mandana Armour, will also present the Social Science Math Profile Award to Madeline Wadlow. I would now like to call upon Professor Dan Daminato to present the Social Science Commerce Award. Unfortunately, Weston Ryan, who is the winner of that award, cannot be here. He's actually studying in Sherbrooke at this point. He's doing what he's doing very well. The Social Science Commerce Award is given to the student that has attained the highest scholastic achievement and contributes to college and the community life. Will we'll make sure the award goes to. Give him a round of applause, please. We are on Facebook Live after all. He might be listening. I would now like to call Professor Yvonne Wiggers to present the Visual Arts Award that is given to the student with the highest overall average, and the winner is Juliette Savard. I would now like to call Professor Dan Daminato to present the Accounting and Management Technology Award. It's given to the best academic average, to a student with the best academic average without failing or dropping courses since entering the program. The winner is Lawrence Cater. I would now like to call upon Professor Sandra Stark to present the Computer Science Award that is given to a graduating student in computer science who has had the highest average, greater than 70% in computer science courses taken over the 3 years. The winner is Cody Bedry-Giving. I would now like to call upon Professor Eileen Rose to present Early Childhood Care and Education Award. It's given to the highest academic achievement teamed with professional attitude. The winner is Sarah Booth. I would now like to call upon Professor Mark Fricker to present the Electronics and Information Technology Award. And it is given to the highest academic average and also put to program participation. The winner is Jean-Sébastien Pivin. I would now like to call upon Professor Michel Bourgeois to present the Hotel and Restaurant Management Award. It's given to the best academic average without failing or dropping a course since entering the program. And the award goes to Sophie Labine. now like to call upon Professor Mark Renaud to present the New Media and Publication Design Award that goes to a student with a high average, also demonstrates initiative, cooperation, and enthusiasm. The winner is Christy Mansbridge. Unfortunately, she's not here tonight, but she's on a trip and she may be watching on Facebook Live. I would now like to call Professor Kathy Dufour to present the Nursing Award to a student who has achieved a combination of academic excellence and demonstrates clinical excellence. The winner is Emma Thompson. I would now like to call upon Professor Jessica Langston to present the English Award for her student with the highest average in English courses. The winner is Maria Fraser-Semenoff. I would now like to call upon Professor Yaya Manet to present the Intermediate French Award. It is to a student with an average above 85% in both French courses. The winner is Ella Jandosol. Professor Yaya Manet will also present the Advanced French Award, which goes to a student with an above average score over 85% in their French courses. The winner is Masaki Lombe. I would now like to call upon Professor Paulia Macwood to present the Mathematics Award. It goes to a student who has an average above 85% for all 4 courses. That means Calculus 1, Calculus 2, Linear Algebra 1, and Calculus 3, with at least 3 of the 4 courses taken at Heritage College and who earns their DEC in the required time. The winner is Keihan Shao. I would now like to call upon Professor Tony Picard to present the Physical Education Award that goes to a student with an academic standing who demonstrates commitment and has an active involvement in sports, models healthy living and fitness, and demonstrates sportsmanship. Quite the mouthful. Sorry. The winner is Bray Walker. I would now like to call upon Professor Brendan Myers to present the Philosophy Award, which is given to a student with the highest average in all required courses. The winner is Madeline Wadlow. Professor Brendan Myers will also present the Humanities Award, which is given to the student with the highest average in all required courses. The winner is Lawrence Cater. Let's give a round of applause to our Academic Achievement Award winners. The Heritage Endowment for Outstanding Academic Achievement offers recognition to the outstanding achievements of graduates. Presented annually, these awards identify the dreams and aspirations of its donors, its named honorees, while the graduates who receive an award tonight are recognized for achieving these goals. As these awards are described and presented to you tonight, remember that these awards speak to the history of Cégep Heritage College, its people, its values, its community. We are proud of our graduates. I would now like to invite Mr. Mark Molnar, President of the Cégep Heritage College Endowment Fund, to come to the podium to describe these awards.
I would like to take a moment to thank the administration for giving us time to be able to present these awards. I would also like to thank the executive of the endowment, who spent a great deal of time going through the applications for these and trying to be as kind and fair about it as we can, but we had a lot of great nominations. We wish we could honor everybody, but I hope you will appreciate the recipients. I would also like to thank Christine and Sylvie for taking the time to line up the presenters and to help out with the facilitation of these awards. And I would also like to thank Maurice, who has been a tireless supporter of the endowment and has sat on the endowment for many years, but is retiring this year. We will miss you, but if past retirees are any indication, within 3 months you'll look 10 years younger and probably get all of your running back. Thank you, Maurice. The Heritage Endowment for Outstanding Academic Achievement was established in 1985. It's a privately subscribed fund. It's independent of Heritage College, and it was created to provide scholarships for outstanding Cégep Heritage College graduating students. The integrity of the endowment is maintained and administered by a small and dedicated board that serves the interests of the fund. Its continuation is made possible through the generous donations of alumni, professionals in the region, faculty and staff, past and present, student association, and families throughout the heritage community. It was founded with the firm conviction that students at the post-secondary level merit the support of the community to which they belong, and its mandate is the promotion, provision, development, and improvement for scholarship opportunities for the graduating students of Cégep Heritage College. Students are nominated for the awards by teachers, staff, professionals at the college, by their peers, and by fellow students. The Endowment Fund Committee then meets to look at the submissions and the testimonies about the lives and the achievements of the nominees, as well as their community and their academic contributions. The selection process seeks to honor the criteria of each award by choosing the nominee that best meets the established requirements and suits the spirit and characteristics of each award. And each year, it is a humbling and meaningful challenge to give these awards out to the Heritage College graduates. It is my honor and pleasure to announce the Endowment Awards and the recipients of this year's graduating class. The Deanna Wilson Hughes Memorial Award is presented annually to the graduating nursing student who, in the opinion of the nursing department, best combines excellence in clinical performance, leadership, and academic achievement. It is named in the memory of the first coordinator at nursing at Heritage. Our presenter is Denise April, and the winner is Christina Ciurna. The Jean Dufresne Memorial Award is presented annually to the graduating mature student who has best demonstrated perseverance, tenacity, and scholarship in overcoming barriers to academic success. Our presenter is Maurice Lafleur, and the recipient of this award is Carrie Ann Marchand. The Richard E. Henderson Award recognizes academic achievement, contribution to the quality of life at Heritage, and service to the community. It is named in memory of the first chairman of the Heritage Campus Board of Governors. Presenter is Jenna Seeby, granddaughter of Richard E. Henderson, and the recipient of the award is Janice Paul Sabajenzi. The Robert Waddell Memorial Award is presented annually to the student who has best demonstrated academic excellence, has actively participated in the arts and culture, and whose enthusiasm has inspired team success. It is named in memory of the first Associate Academic Dean of Continuing Education, and it is to be given by Louise Waddell Yell, sister of Robert Waddell. The recipient is Catherine Blay. The James M. Graham Memorial Award is presented annually to a graduating continuing education student in an attestation program who, as determined by Academic Services and Continuing Education Department, best combines leadership, academic achievement, perseverance, tenacity, and employability. The presenter is Patricia Graham, wife of James Graham, and the recipient is Holly Allard. The Barbara Chase Terrence Keogh Essay Writing Award recognizes the creative writing talents of our graduating students and is presented at graduation to the student whose essay submission is judged to be the best overall based on creativity, structure, persuasiveness, clarity, and effectiveness. The recipient of the award is Catherine Blay. The Hugh Pomeroy Memorial Award acknowledges leadership and outstanding athletic ability, as well as academic achievement. It is named for a former student and athlete whose tragic death cut short his hopes of competing in the 1988 Winter Olympics. This was a hard award for us to give this year. We had several candidates who excelled in ways that were incomparable to each other, but are worthy of the award. And the award this year has been split between Michael Baker-Weitstein, who is unable to be with us at this moment. He is in British Columbia, and Bray Walker. The presenter is Tony Picard. The Lawrence Colasar Award is presented annually to the graduating student who has accumulated the highest average over all semesters. This award is given in honor of the first Director General of Heritage College. The presenter is Maurice Lafleur, and the recipient is Madeleine Wadlow. The William Young Environmental Protection Scholarship is presented annually to the student who has demonstrated interest and commitment to environmental protection, has achieved academic excellence, and shows interest in an environmental studies program of a recognized college or university. This award is given in honor of the first academic dean of Heritage College, founder of our continuing education programs. William Young was also a key figure in the founding of the Endowment Fund at Heritage College in 1985. The presenter is Maurice Lafleur, and the recipient is Madeleine Wadlow. The AMT Entrepreneurship Award is given to the student who demonstrates leadership, creativity, and commitment to the accounting and management program. Presenter for this award is Tony Guarna, and the winner is Jeffrey Milks. The Imprimerie Grégoire Award is given to the graduating student with the highest overall English mark and comes from a French high school. The presenter is Eric Mathieu, co-owner of the company that has printed all of the pamphlets for this evening, and the recipient is Maria Fraser Semenoff. I would like to thank the presenters of our awards, and I would also like to congratulate the graduates and the recipients of the awards for this year. It is my honor to welcome to the stage Sandra Ricci, the president of the Development Fund, to introduce the Kim Tizik Memorial Award.
Good evening. Thank you, Mark. The Heritage College Development Fund was founded in 1996 by Kim Tizik, who was a former academic dean. It became a registered and incorporated charity in 1997, and the purpose of this fund is to provide quality of life for heritage students and to provide resources necessary to enhance facilities, to purchase equipment within the college. Kim had a gift for mentoring students. She had the ability to know which student needed a little extra help or simply a word of encouragement. She was a strong student advocate who was particularly sensitive to the needs of students who might be apprehensive by the challenge of post-secondary education. This award will serve to honor Kim's lifelong passion of helping students. It is awarded to a student who was an active participant in student life and who persevered through considerable challenges to successfully graduate. To present this award, Kim's sister, Leanne, will be coming up on stage, and it gives me an absolute honor to be able to announce the recipient of the Kim Tizik Development Fund Memorial Award, Yan Tanguay. Yan could not be here this evening because he is studying at Concordia. However, his father, Mr. Jeff Tanguay, will be receiving the award.
Thank you, Mark and Sandra. The recipients of these awards truly reflect the wide range of achievements of our graduates. Let's give them a round of applause. I would now like to introduce Carl Marcotte for the Heritage College Foundation.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, parents, family, friends, staff and administrators, on behalf of the Heritage College Foundation, I want to congratulate the graduates of 2018 yet again on your amazing achievement. It's with a mix of pride and sadness that I get the honor to present this next award, the Carolyn Kalush Memorial Scholarship. With pride, I say, because as the chair of the foundation this year and working closely with my colleagues, helping to raise funds and invest in student success, it's a wonderful opportunity to see the impact of what we're doing and to see the success of the students. The volunteers on the foundation board are working tirelessly to make scholarships like this possible. It's with sadness, as some of you may know, the scholarship is named after my late wife, Carolyn Kalush. Carolyn taught for almost 22 years at Heritage in the Early Childhood Care and Education Department until early 2015. It was her life's work and her passion. If there's one thing I learned in those 22 years, for those of you who are married, you know I learned a lot of things in those 22 years. But there was one thing that stuck with me every day, and that was she would come home and talk about the pride and the fellowship with her faculty friends and staff and the administrators, and how much they cared about student success, how much they were investing in the students, and how much they cared deeply about outcomes, about the people. And Heritage is just that kind of institution, a small, family-oriented, family-friendly educational institution that we all know and love, and that actually really cares about how students succeed. Carolyn certainly did. This was a big part of our daily conversations. I don't think a day went by that I didn't hear an amazing story of inspiration or an achievement that one of her students had put together that day. It was a great way to end each evening. This year's winner has been chosen by the ECCE department to best represent everything that early childhood education should mean. I'd like to call on some special representatives to help me present the award this year. Eileen Rose, the coordinator of the ECCE department, Anita Tanasco, director of the Kitigan-Zibi education sector, and Jenny Tanasco, elder. And the winner, perhaps no surprise, of this year's Carolyn Kalush Memorial Scholarship is Carrie-Anne Marchand.
Thank you, Carl. I'd now like to introduce the Associate Academic Dean, Maurice Lafleur, to present the Governor General Medal.
The Governor General's medals were established in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, then Governor General of Canada, to reward scholastic merit. There are 4 levels: gold for study at the master's level, silver for study at the bachelor's level, collegiate bronze for post-secondary education, and bronze for secondary education. At Cégep Heritage College, we've been authorized by the Chancellery of Canadian Orders and Decorations to award the Collegiate Bronze Medal for post-secondary education. The Medal of the Governor-General of Canada is the most prestigious academic award offered by Heritage College. It is given to the student who graduates with the highest standing overall semester, who has neither failed nor withdrawn from a course, and who has completed their program in the prescribed amount of time. Presented each year to a graduate of outstanding ability, it represents our institutional commitment to academic excellence. This year's recipient of the Governor-General's Medal for Scholastic Merit is a graduate of our Social Science with Math student. It gives me great pleasure as Associate Academic Dean of Heritage College to present this awards to Madeleine Wadlow. Madeleine, your name will be engraved on a shield which is on permanent display at Heritage College.
We're nearing the end of the celebration. This was the end of the awards. Let's give a round of applause for all the award winners in different categories. Now you will hear from a student voice, the valedictorian. It is now with great pleasure that I invite Catherine Blais, a graduate of the Accounting and Management Technology program, for the valedictory address.
I would like to recognize that we are an unceded Algonquin territory. I'd also like to recognize that saying that doesn't change a thing for the Algonquin people. Reconciliation takes concrete action, not just words. As valedictorian, it's my job to speak for the people, for the graduating students at least, in this room. I know that for some of you it may seem that we don't have anything in common. I don't know your struggles, and I recognize that. I am white, I haven't dealt with racism. I'm able-bodied, I haven't dealt with ableism. I'm cisgendered, I haven't dealt with transphobia. I'm young in the context of my schooling, I haven't ever dealt with ageism. No one has ever condemned me for my spiritual or religious beliefs or lack thereof. I live a privileged life where I am rarely, if ever, dehumanized for being who I am. I am unashamed of being a nerd, of being a woman, of being queer. Those words don't hurt me, they make me proud. But I have dealt with far worse criticism, much more hurtful words, and I think that many of you have too, because we are in the middle of a mental health epidemic. It's far easier to break down when the attack is internal. More than ever, people are going on stress leave, people are having nervous breakdowns, people are crying out for help. And I don't know if we're just more self-aware or willing to admit to ourselves and others what we are struggling through, or if the society we live in really has evolved into something with which we no longer can cope. I have social anxiety, and I know it may seem ironic that I'm delivering a speech right now, but it's not like that for me. I find public speaking, looking out at a sea of faces where I know exactly what is expected of me, far easier than making small talk. If you are graduating today, you may have seen me around the halls, always with my headphones on from the moment class is done until the moment the next one begins. And the beauty of Heritage is that it forced me to make connections. My graduating class in my program consists of 5 people. Over the past 3 years, we've gotten pretty close, and we're not best friends, but I like to think that we care about each other. It took them a long time to crack my shell, but it happened, and I am incredibly grateful for it. On top of the anxiety, I deal with depression. I'm what people call high functioning. From the outside, it isn't perceptible at all, or so I hope. I could have gone through Cégep just sucking it up. I would have passed, I would have moved on, but I didn't have to, because people care, people are understanding. Pro tip, if you go into a teacher's office on the verge of tears and you say, I need to hand in my assignment late because I can feel the depression taking over and I need to spend this week on self-care, you're probably going to get an extension. I've done it and it worked. And it took all of the strength I had because I'm an independent person who should be able to get through this alone. But I didn't have to because of the teachers, multiple, who took the time to get to know me as an individual person and not just another student handing in a late paper. These teachers know who they are because I've made an effort to let them know what an impact they've had on me. If there's one thing I took away from my time at college, and it's something that I logically knew going in that I didn't apply until my last year, it would be get involved. And it doesn't matter if that's in a human rights campaign or a book club or a sports team or an arts class or just going out for dinner with the people that you've met. But it should be something outside of your 9-to-5 school or work day. Get involved in something where you can make human connections, where people know your name and will ask where you've been when you've missed a meetup. Somewhere you feel wanted and happy. Because I found that feeling at Heritage, and I strive to find that feeling everywhere I go. And I hope that each and every one of you finds that feeling everywhere you go to, because you deserve it, you're worth it, and I am so proud of you for making it here today. Miigwech, thank you, merci.
Just stay here. Catherine. Ms. Deborah Valdez, Director of Student Services at Heritage College, will present you with a plaque as a remembrance of your role as valedictorian of the class of 2018. You can't leave, that's fast. We want you on there. We've come to the end of the evening, and before I give you some of the closing kind of housekeeping little details, and that we give a round of applause to all our graduates, may I just say that today has probably been one of the most kind of courageous, raw, brave evenings for some of our speakers and also some of our graduates. The connectedness from our keynote speaker to even our valedictorian, you cannot help but draw the connections very vibrantly, publicly, and openly. So I thank our speakers, but I thank also everybody who's engaged, because it is a community that comes together. Let's give a round of applause to our graduates of 2018. Our graduates now will follow the piper, John Virage, off to the stage for the recessional. And in the process, as you exit and regroup with family and friends, your teachers, your mentors, people who make a difference in your lives and that you want to be thankful and grateful for and see them one last time. Please don't forget to return your gowns, pick up your diplomas, and start your life successfully and happily from this event on. Thank you.